Good day, everyone. In my previous video, I introduced a tool to do the massive balance around a dense medium cyclone. Now, in your case here, you would have put in your, the feed rate, whatever. But often what you would ask is the percentage of ore going to the overflow, or vice versa, 30%, 100 minus 30 is 70% going to the sinks in this case. Now, how the heck do you determine that parameter? Now, that is a parameter largely determined by the properties of the ore resource. Now, how you would calculate is you can use this other tool that I've got here, which is the DMS performance predictor. And basically, what you do is you'd use washability curve analysis. Now, that's what they call it in the coal industry, and in the other industries, they really go like iron ore, manganese, or whatever, they'll call it the densimetric profile. Now, what it essentially is, let's get the analogy of coal. What they do with coal is they'll put the coal in a density, a medium of density, let's say 1.3. Then they take the floats off, and they'll determine its qualities. Okay. Then they'll increase the density of the medium, a higher density, throw those sinks in there, new material floats. They'll weigh it, that floats, and determine its property. So you will have, basically what you do is you determine for each density class what the properties of the ore are in terms of a quality parameter. The same you would do in iron ore or manganese ore is you determine the density of a particle, and then also the quality of whatever your quality parameter. In the case of manganese ore, it will be manganese percentage. So, and the way they do it with a higher density ores, they use the modern technique is where they would basically take 2,000 plus particles, and they take an image of it with a 3D camera, and then they get an idea of the size. A very good idea, by the way, I might add. And then what they do with that particle is they also go and determine its mass. So now they've got a density per particle, and they also do analysis on each one of those particles, so that then they can build up a full densimetric profile of the ore body or ore resource. Because in DMS, you're trying to set the cut point where that you have split between the floats and the sinks. And often you don't want stuff that will make your product spec go to the wrong sides, hence you lose material. And then also you don't want material that is of a lower spec going into your product, and that destroys the quality of your product that you are wanting to sell. So in this tool that I've created here, you will put the different size classes in here. It's free writing. You can just write in there. You can type in whatever you like, basically. And then your percentages here must add up to 100. Now, what you do is you put the densimetric profile, so that you put in the percentage between floating at 3.4, then what is between 3.5 and 3.4. You can change these numbers based on how your densimetric profile comes out. All these numbers add up to 100. And then the property of the material that's between 1 and 2.5 and is here less than 3.4 density, and let's say it's 45% manganese property, the sort of property in that class. Now, let's say we are targeting a quality for your overall product of 55% manganese in the product. Now, what you do is you can adjust the density, let's say 3.5. Let's see what, okay, maybe you have to go a little bit higher. Okay, maybe a little bit higher, 3.58. Okay, we're almost there. This EP parameter is really a parameter that deals with the sharpness of cut of the cyclone, how you operate the cyclone. I would strongly suggest you go to your cyclone vendor to get this, because some of them have different views in terms of, is the EP the same across each of the size classes. In here, I've made the EP 0.01 for that density size class, the same here. So for each one. And you can adjust each of these individually. If you want to change that to 3.59, let's say the dense cyclone supplier says to you now, actual fact at a different size fraction, the cut size varies, or cut density varies a little bit. You can change it. So as I said, there's a fairly consistent format in the tools that I give. The blue background, white text are really the things that you can change. And all these things are just summated to give you an overall performance here in terms of, the expected property in the sinks, then the floats, the manganese quality is lower. You can see it's a higher manganese quality in the sinks here, and then the percentage mass, or how much you would yield. So that's basically the tool to help you with specifying your cyclone overall. Now, where you can get it is if you went to offer.ndme-inc.com, you'd come to this page, you put in your name and email address, and what happens is you get access to this area of mine here where there's the tool. You can download all these other tools for you. I've made other videos that you can go through how to use these other tools. And once you put and the reason also I'll ask for your emails, that I can send you updates as soon as they become available and notify you to come and collect them here as I'm building up this database of tools for metallurgists to use. So I hope this is useful and helpful for you. So yeah, thank you.